Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel and this ongoing series about the Bhagavad Gita. Sharvari was kind enough to review my videos, my previous videos, and what she told me as she saw my awkward attempts at stumbling over the Sanskrit phrases. Once again, my apologies to all those viewers. She said that I should do Sandhi Vichhed of these Sanskrit things beforehand. Sandhi Vichhed is basically like to see exactly how these words arrange themselves and how the letters arrange themselves and how to pronounce them properly, and to practice the pronunciation beforehand so that I can make a bit better video and better content for you guys. So this is an ongoing series of the Bhagavad Gita where we have covered thus far how Arjun had a crisis of conscience on the battlefield. After which Bhagavan Shri Krishna explained to him that what his duty is as a Kshatriya, why exactly he should fight, what is the true nature of this world, what is the nature of consciousness, what is the what are the hallmarks of an enlightened man. And this is one of those aspects which make the Bhagavad Gita unique, because unlike in other religious texts, you find the person receiving knowledge continuously counter questioning divinity, continuously counter questioning or questioning God. Hey, why did you say this? Hey, why did you say that? Seeking clarification in a way from God. And this is unique, and you don't find this really, as to the best of my rather limited knowledge, admittedly. I don't think this sort of questioning attitude, or uh, dare I say, not many, is not found in other religious texts, which is almost, yeah, they're a bit more hierarchical, I would say. Anyway, without further ado, and while encouraging you guys to watch the previous videos so that this makes sense, Shlok 54 of the second Adhyaya of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. अर्जुन उवाचः स्थिताप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थय केशव स्थितादिः किं प्रभाषेत किम आसिता व्रजते किम. Arjun said, O Krishna, what are the symptoms of those whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak? What is his language? How does he sit? How does he walk? So, of course, Krishna has in the previous shlokas told or informed Arjun exactly how he can. What are the hallmarks or features of an enlightened person? What is the way to achieve enlightenment? How to feel calm within oneself? How to not let emotions distract you? How to recognize that thoughts that appear in our mind, either positive or negative, are merely like seasons which appear on the surface of this earth. So this is what he's saying, and now Arjun seeks clarification from divinity. Shri Bhagavan Uvachaha Prajahati Prajahati Yada Kaman Sarvan Partha Manogatan Atmani Evatmana Tushta Sthitaprajna Tadochyate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, when his mind is purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. So this is in the direction of an ascetic lifestyle. So according to the Bhagavad Gita and according to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and a man who has achieved transcendental consciousness no longer seeks the company of others. He's no longer attracted to sense gratification. So whatever tasty food does not hold appeal to him, or beautiful women don't appeal to him in the same way. And these are the hallmarks of a man who has found true enlightenment, because he seeks the transcendent. He wishes to see past the moh and maya of this world, or the illusion of this world, and he wishes to glimpse upon the transcendent reality. Dukeshva anudvigna mana sukheshu vigata spruha Vita raga bhaya Bhaya, Krodha, Sthitadhir Munir Uchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called the stage of a steady mind. That is, these tumultuous emotions, which are in some sense the tempestuous for the soul, which drive us in different directions. So the mark for truly enlightened soul is one who's not driven by those emotions. He does not feel them to that same extent, or like not that he doesn't feel exactly, but even when he feels those emotions, he does not let those emotions control him. Like a classic example would be, for example, you get angry and you get really angry, and then you say or do things that you later regret, like, oh man, why did I say it? I was so angry. So this is what Bhagwan Shri Krishna means by letting our emotions control us, and you should never do that. What you should do is um, be in conscious control of everything you do, and this is the sort of, and that man who manages to do that every time is an enlightened soul. यह सर्वत्राणाभिस्नेहास् तत् तत् प्राप्य शुभाशुभम नाभिनंदति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्राज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. In the material world, one who is affected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it nor despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. So, as human beings, we often have a tendency, that when something good happens to us, so we get elated and we begin to, rejoice, and we begin to think either that we are amazing, that good things are coming to us, or that we just had the best luck in the world, etc., etc. Or that when something bad happens to us, we just get completely depressed and we curse God. Oh, you did this to me. Oh, life is unfair. Oh, world is unfair. So on and so forth. So we come across good things, we come across evil things. So a man who's situated in perfect knowledge knows that there's a much deeper, broader world beyond the material that we observe. And because he's so focused on that, he's not affected to the same extent by the good and evil that he finds in this world. So this is one more hallmark of the perfect man according to the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. यदा संहरते चायं कुर्मोऽङ्गानि वा सर्वशाः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यास् तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. That is, one who is able to withdraw his senses from the sense objects, as the tortoise draws its limbs within its shell, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. So, according to the Bhagavad Gita, traditional Hindu philosophy, there are four basic needs that all human beings have. Uh, that is, I think, nidra, which is sleep, hunger, desire for food, calm, which is the desire for sex, and I think one more, which I think it's thirst, right? So, and the how do I say? In some sense, if you see the way the Bhagavad Gita is represented, the main characters, the whole thing is a very profound metaphor. So the four horses that are driving Arjun's chariot are the four basic desires that we humans feel: hunger, thirst, sex, and sleep. Arjun is the individual who is sitting in the chariot. And what is driving the chariot is Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who is considered an avatar of Vishnu, but he is a metaphor for divine consciousness. So, a man who is not in control of his own emotions, in a way, he's like a charioteer who is just letting his horses drive him around. On the other hand, if you yourself are consciously driving the chariot from place to place, you are in control. But the mark of enlightenment is, in some sense, to let God take the reins of your own chariot. And what does that mean in a metaphorical sense? Because I believe we all have a conscience. I believe in Hindi or Marathi there's known as antar man ki awaaz, or antar mana sa awaaz, or like this. There's a voice of our own conscience, which is continuously guiding us onto the right path. So if we consciously pay attention to the voice of our own conscience, and try to look deep within our heart and soul and try to implement the most ethical, the most moral course of action in everything we do, while ignoring or not falling prey to our own petty desires for evil or vengeance or greed or whatever, then in some ways we are not in control of the chariot of our life. Everything that is best in us is in control of the chariot of our life. So this is what I believe that Bhagavan Shri Krishna is trying to say here. Um, this is a much deeper metaphor, and yeah, thank you for paying attention to the series. It's been great because of through these YouTube videos, I have been reading the Bhagavad Gita again, paying attention to individual things, and it's been an honor to explain it to you guys. And please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. And until then, Jai Shri Krishna.